What's going on? Just waiting for a few more guys to receive the notification. I have shared it in the Patreon. If you guys can just share it in the main Patreon chat, that would be great, because I'm not sure if anyone gets the notification about in the Patreon announcements. But what's good, gang? What is happening? Who we got in the room? David, how you doing, man? David. I don't know if I'm saying your name. I don't know if it's Spanish or not. I'm going by your surname, Hidalgo. I'm guessing it's Spanish. Have a little bit of music on in the background. There we go. Good morning all, good morning all. Man, it's been a rough night for me, man. Didn't sleep till 5 o'clock in the morning, and I went to bed early. I just could not sleep. I don't understand why. Bonjour, Adrian. How you doing? Crypto 6, what's good, man? Looks like we've got a couple of new people in the stream. If you are new to the Patreon, just please press 1 so I know who are the guys that are new. Buenos, David. Yassas, as the Greeks would say. Galimera, that's what the Greeks would say. B-man, you are not new. Come on, brother. No, dollar yen wasn't keeping me awake. I set my stop on dollar yen. I went to sleep, woke up, it got hit, done. So I was expecting that to happen, to be fair. But dollar yen is not actually doing anything. It's stuck in this range, and I'm just waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting for some more news to come out so I can understand the direction. But dollar yen, to be honest with you, I'm glad it got stopped out, because I didn't really have that many positions open. And I was just toying with this range, and it was just really, it was starting to frustrate the shit out of me, to be honest with you, because there was no clear direction. Just a clear manipulative move of price dropping down and up. I just knew for a fact they were just working a zone, and there's no clear direction for me just yet. So I'll be waiting for another entry. Don't you worry. Dollar yen ain't going to get away from me just like that. Good morning, PC Shared, Premier Crypto. Ready for another lesson. Yeah, man. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Look, as long as you guys are here, that's all good, man. Crypto Jazz, what's good? Sean, Sander, Tane. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm just waiting just a few more moments. Just I'm hoping that people are getting the notification. I have shared it in the Patreon itself, so hopefully that's all good there. Do you know what, legend? I actually had all good intentions to get some sleep. Right, let me just kill this music. I had intentions to get good sleep. I went to bed early last night, man. Straight after the stream, sorted what I needed to sort out, and I went straight to bed. Okay, and I just couldn't sleep, man. I don't know why. I just could not sleep. Very interesting. But hey. No worries, Greg, man. Take care of yourself, Greg, man. That's the dedication right there, man. That's the dedication right there. Sean, question. Is there a particular pair that is best to trade for beginners? What, in Forex? The idea, if you're looking for a pair to trade in Forex, try and aim for a pair that doesn't have so much. I mean, to be honest with you, dollar yen is the best pair in my opinion, because it's just got a happy medium to it. You know, you can grab at least 50 pips in one day, or 25 pips. That is a good amount of pips to grab. You know, there's no like easy pair to trade as such. But my advice to you is to find a pair and stick with it. You know, study it, watch it. All right, and start building up your repertoire of experience in that pair. Okay, that's the best thing I can suggest to you. Well, a pip itself is the smallest price percentage change in Forex. So go to Google. I'll tell you what, if you are new completely to trading and you're new to Forex, my advice to you is to go to a website called babypips.com. Now, babypips.com is great because it gives you an introduction to Forex. All right. But take the information with a pinch of salt, because in this channel, we challenge the conventional wisdom of the information that they give out to retail traders. But you do need to have a foundation and understand that information and understand how to challenge it when it's appearing in the charts. Because if you don't know about it, you're not going to know how to challenge it. Okay? Yeah, it's the birthday tomorrow. I'm a bit old school, man. Just get me a bit of cake and I'll enjoy it. That's all I have. I'm old school. I'm only telling you guys because tomorrow I'm gonna have the day off tomorrow, but I will give you guys your updates. So I ain't gonna come away too soon from the charts. I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I'm staying home tomorrow. Nothing interesting is happening. It gives me a chance to really just sort things out from my end. But yeah, it's good, man. 36 years young. Crazy, eh? 36 years young. Thank you very much. Cake and charts. I'll share my birthday pictures. Yes, I certainly will. I might just reveal myself for my birthday. I may just reveal myself. I might do something. I might do like a little cool thing and reveal myself for my birthday. Who knows? Who knows? We may just do it. Who knows? I know there's a lot of guys whose birthday is on the 2nd. So happy birthday to anyone else whose birthday is on the 2nd. Crypto Juggler. If a vector candle forms in the Asian session and is recovered in the New York session, who gets the money? Do they work together or against each other? Crypto Juggler, this is how it works. Remember, if a vector candle in the Asian session gets recovered in the New York session, okay, for example, the Asian session marks up their shorts at the highest possible point. So the Asian session capitalizes on liquidity at that point. So then when the New York session comes in, the New York session releases the liquidity of the shorts that went against the vector candle, for example. So let me just bring up the chart right now. Let's look at Ethereum, for example. All right. This is in essence, let's assume that this is the Asian session right here. Okay. Or actually, let's look at it like this. The Asian session is right here. They've marked price up to the upside. Okay. Now, we are in the UK brink session and we are waiting effectively for the UK to show its hand in line with the Asian session. So the Asian session has shown us that they are marking price up higher. Okay. Now, the UK session has one of two options. It can either contribute to that and send price further up, or it can come back down and recover that vector candle, which it did do. It started to recover some of it, but it came back down, and then it's moved away from that point again. Now, by the time the US session comes in, the US session is going to see what has happened in the Asian session and the UK session, and they're going to say, right, okay, we are able, from the previous session's longs that we built over here, we may be able to start offloading our shorts or our longs in around this area, because remember, they have built shorts and longs maybe in this area. They may have built shorts and longs in this area or in this area right here. Okay. So when New York releases and moves price in the direction of the previous vector candle, it's the liquidity of the retail trader that has gone in the wrong direction as such. Okay, because the retail trader thinks price is going to continue higher, and it probably will continue higher. But the markup right here has encouraged traders to go long. Inside these candlesticks are liquidation points. So New York is going to tap that liquidity and release those liquidation points, use that liquidity and realize a return on any positions that they had built previously. At the same time, they are doing the same thing for Asia, and they're doing the same thing for the UK, and New York is going to then replicate that and build positions at the same time, so that then the UK and the US, the UK and the Asian session, of course, have orders set already for New York to fill for them and induce retail traders to step in and commit money to. So then if we see price dropping now, okay, by the next Asian session tonight, we may even get price retracing back up because the US session had lured the retail trader to come in and start going short, which then meant that the US session was able to go long at a lower price, and Asian session had pools of liquidity or money or limit orders for them to go long at the same time, and in the Asian session shifts it out of the zone to release the liquidity for the stops and the liquidation points for the guys who went short. Does that make sense? Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Bus pass coming. Okay, looks like we have a few people in here. Greg, if the market maker's goal is to lure more people into putting money on the table, wouldn't it be more beneficial for them to go higher highs rather than going back to potentially sub 20k? It's the thing is, Greg, that's on the basis, right, that everyone thinks that price, or should we say that everyone agrees that price should be at a certain point. Okay, the reason why price is rising is because the market maker allows the retail trader to commit his funds, because he does these big spikes in price, and whatever the retail trader is thinking about where he thinks price should be at or where it goes, when he sees these big green candlesticks right here, all right, the retail trader goes into a little bit of a crazy thing and thinks, oh my god, fuck, I'm missing out on a move, fuck it, I'm gonna go long. Yeah. So that's how they induce them. Thank you very much, Real. Is there any way access TI and trading light? Yes, Real. Oh, I'm going to be sorting that out. I'm waiting to sort something out with Infinex, because it only works on one part, and I want to get it to work across all the coins that we decide to work on. So I'm just waiting for that from Infinex. So we're working something out there. Apart from EMA, divergences, confluences, what can we look for coins which are at... What can we look for when coins are at all-time highs? So what can you look for with coins at all-time highs? The price action. Focus on the candlesticks. What are they doing? Jump down to the 1 minute time frame and just look at how they are breaking price down. That's what you want to look for. Okay. Thank you very much, Istvan Varga, Mr. Varga. Greg, Tino, if one market drops the price, are they not messing up other markets' positions? Nope. Because I'll tell you one thing. Market maker can be as irrational as he wants with his capital. Okay? His goal is to be on the other side of the trade when there is someone coming to the marketplace to provide liquidity. He matches it. The market maker can be in a red position for as long as he wants. But there's one thing, all right, that the market maker won't do. Whenever he hits price at a specific point in the chart, if he doesn't want the retail trader to realize a return, okay, he won't allow the liquidity to be released. Which is why whenever we see moves to the upside, like for example, this move right here, price moved up, they retraced, and they're trying to follow through with it. So price is likely to continue higher with Ethereum, okay? If you look at Bitcoin at the same token, right, you can see a wonderful M formation, a W formation at the lows, and we are coming up towards the previous pool of liquidity up here. And if you'd watched that video I just sent you in the Patreon, we were having the discussion about what we could expect from this point right here. Okay. I know there is a lot of Greg Patreon. There is. Wow. That is true. That is true. So, but that's all good, man. You know, there can't ever be too many Gregs. All right, then. So, now that we've got a couple of the questions put aside, today's stream is, I'm going to be looking at some bits of homework that you guys have done for us. All right. Now, remember what I said to you about this homework. I'm going to be using this homework, okay, to effectively bring together pools of thoughts, okay? It's like pools of liquidity, pools of your progression, okay? And I'm taking as many of the submissions as I can, right? And I'm going to put them into like a format where it's something that you guys can reflect on, okay? I'm going to put it in like a video, or it can be done as a PDF, and it can be, I'm only going to take certain bits of homework, which I'm not going to disclose anyone's names. No one's going to know who's done what. It's just literally going to be charts and images, okay? I am going to approach the people who I want to put this information in. I'm going to ask them if it's possible I can do that, based off if I've got their blessings first. But the idea is to put together all the bits of homework, which I think will be great for the Patreons, okay, for new and existing, to explore. It's like creating an encyclopedia of your work, okay? And it's something that you guys can just have, you know, it's something for you guys to refer to, just so you can understand how people are thinking about the strategy. What can you learn from someone's way of doing something? Remember, Lars, listen, you can submit as often as you want, okay? Every new bit of homework that I give you, submit it as often as you want, okay? I'm happy with that. I've got you a nice folder in my emails where everything goes there, and I just literally go, because for me, guys, I can't stress the importance of what feedback does for you, okay? Because we only learn. I mean, I come from a thinking where, you know, you jump in at the deep end, you swim with the sharks, okay? That's how I learned how to trade. Yep, it cost me a bit of money, but I learned to trade by swimming with the sharks. I got my feet in straight away. All right, no armbands, no life jacket, no boat. It was just literally, let's dive into the waters and let's see what we can do with the sharks. Okay, now I'm anticipating that I'm actually swimming alongside the sharks. Now I'm working towards getting the sharks to follow me. You know, that's where I'm trying to get to. So, you know, all whales, whales are too slow for me. We want sharks. We're fast in, fast out, in, out. You know, do you think a shark takes its time going in for the kill? No, he doesn't. He goes straight in, takes what he wants. No matter how big it is, he will go for it. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to achieve. You're fast in, fast out. That's if you are that kind of trader. You know? Yes, Adam, you will find that demo accounts and live accounts are completely different. So let me explain it to you, Adam. On a demo account, the dealer has no interest in manipulating the spread. Okay? Whereas on a live account, right, it's their platform. And it's where they can really start working the zones. You will see the true behavior on a live account as opposed to a demo. All right? Open a live account, okay? You don't need to deposit, but have it on a live account because the information is valid there. It looks the same on a demo, but trust me, it's not. There are delays. There are not the correct price fields. It's not right to use on a demo. Demo should only be used if you're just trying to get used to understanding how to apply an indicator or an expert advisor. Always use live accounts, okay? Even if you deposit the smallest amount of money, okay, always use live accounts because it's the true platform, true price feed, and you are then in line with everyone else who has a live account, so you're effectively getting the same information as those guys, okay? Okay then, so let's have a conversation. Let's break it down. Let's talk about price, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of submissions of homework which are fantastic. All right. Big scratch. Every time I start trusting my TA, every time I get afraid and doubt myself, I either target profit too early or panic get out, and it goes initially the thought I would. Big scratch. It's all probably down to how much money you are risking. That's what's really important. You know? If you can open a trade and go to sleep at night without even worrying about liquidation, you've got the right risk allocation. You know, you've got the right amount. Because you know that even if the worst will happen, your liquidation point isn't going to get hit. Yeah? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Try and see it as, right, there's an entry, I'm going to take it, and then that's it. You can't control the outcome of the entry. You can only control the amount of money it's going to cost you to be in that entry. Yes, crypto flow. Listen, that homework that I set for you guys on MT4 to play back the chart, a lot of people have said that has just changed their game. A lot of people have said it. And that is exactly what worked for me. That helped me out so much. Just going back and looking in the charts and picking points in the chart that I believe were a valid entry or a valid exit. You know, it really helped me out. Okay. Okay then. So let's get with it. First things first, let's have a look at what's going on. Well, yesterday we expected Bitcoin to drop down lower, okay? Now it looks like they're trying to move higher. Now, until the 5 and the 13 EMA cross over on the 1 hour time frame, I have no interest in considering price going higher, all right? At the same time, we have a look at what Ethereum's doing, and Ethereum is sort of pulling back right now, but it's a respectable pullback. It's nothing to be concerned about. It's at its highs. It's taken an absolute monster move to the upside. It has effectively recovered it has broken out of the zone that we've been waiting for them to break out. I've been waiting for Ethereum to effectively break this zone, and the 3,500 projection has been fulfilled. I am satisfied with that. All right, that's what's great news for me. I'm thoroughly enjoying the fact that Ethereum has done that, and I'm really happy because we understood the behavior of price. You know, they've been containing it in this zone and it hasn't gone anywhere. Look at every W formation that you see at the lows is always higher than the previous peak. Okay, so they've broken out of the zone. Happy days for Ethereum. Okay, now looking across the board as well, you can see AVAX doing good numbers right there. We've got VeChain completely smashing it. All right, wonderful behavior by VeChain. But look, we're only coming up to recover the previous vector. There's no surprise there. All right. You could have come to the chart and said to yourself, okay, if we were here, what could we expect in this area right here? Well, if we were to draw ourselves a W formation right here, all right, and we were to wait for the 5 and the 13 EMA to cross over, which is exactly what they've done right here, but you had yourself much more confluence. Why? Because you had the 50 crossing over the 200 and you had the 5 and the 13 crossing over the 200 EMA. So there were so many instances where you would have been able to make an entry before this move to the upside. You had so many reasons. And what reason would you have to hold the entry? Well, the red vector candle to the high right there. Naturally expect to retrace. So we've got the W, expect to retrace, continuation to the upside. That's what we're expecting. All right. Looking at Algo, Algo's doing pretty well, moving up to the zones, came up to the 116, coming back up, hitting those pools of liquidity, pulling back, happy days. All right, see that, retrace, continuation up, they kind of fulfilled it, but they're still struggling in that area. Matic, look at that. Look at the confluence here for Matic. A wonderful W formation right there. Broke above the 50, broke above the 200 EMA, throwing everybody off, recovery of the vector candle to the left side of the chart. There is no reason why you couldn't capitalize on those things. See, guys, the beautiful thing about the strategy is this. If you're paying attention to the way they behave, no different to the way you would be watching a toddler or your children and monitoring them at the park, whenever they decide that you think they're going to do something and you don't like it, you're going to go in there and sort it out. You're going to prevent them from doing such a thing. Okay? Why can't it be the same for trading? You can see that the price action for Matic is going up and down, up and down. All right? So you're getting prepared. You know something's going to happen. This is perfect, this W formation. Look at it. Induce the retail traders to go short to the downside, spike the lows, 3 pins to the low, reverse back up to the 50 EMA, convince the retail trader that the 50 EMA is confirmed strength to the upside. They spike higher and reverse it. US brink session, stop hunt rise, drop. They take out all the longs, all the stops and liquidation points for the retail trader that went long on the break of price closing above the 50 EMA. They bring price back down again, take out their stops. They make the retail trader change direction. They then push price down lower. The final push to the downside convicts the retail trader that it's going to break down lower. So he opens trades in this zone to the downside. He's got liquidation points and stops all the way up here. And the market maker reverses with aggression and shifts out of the zone. What a beautiful thing. You know? Now, today's session, guys, it's not really about me looking at other coins. Okay, that's not what I want to be doing. Today, I want to be just focusing on the context of the strategy because that's what it's all about. All right, I'll be looking at all the other coins that people want me to look at in the live streams later on. Okay, I really want to dive into the context of what we are trying to achieve right here. Okay, are we good with that, guys? Yeah. Aren't we seeing another stop hunt rise right now? Let me see something. For me, Ethereum is on a continuation move, right? Look at it. It keeps coming down to the 5, coming away from it. Back to the 5, coming away from it. We are in an EU Brink session, okay? An EU Brinks, UK Brinks. All right, we're waiting for it to show its hand, all right? Because the UK Brink session, yeah, it was what? It's between 30 and 90 minutes as such, right? So it looks like we finalized the Brinks. And this is now going to relieve the continuation to the upside. So if I were to just pull up, let me see. Where is it? Have I got Ethereum on my chart right here? Hold on. Let me bring up my chart on MT4 to put things into perspective for you. Okay. Okay. Look at the power of the range daily high. Just look at that. The power of the range daily high is unbelievable. You know? If the range daily high gets hit, as you can see right there, it pinned it, man. Tapped it and pulled straight away. Does that not make you think about something? You know? Does it not make you think, like, what's going on here? They've pinned the range daily high, now pulled it back, but they haven't broken below the 5 EMA. All right? They're containing price in this zone. Where can we expect them to move next? Well, M2 pivot point implies that we have fulfilled a M4 projection zone. It sort of came to that point, but we are at the highest amount of pips, or we've traveled at the highest possible point in the chart. But the range weekly high is in sight. Okay, so they may just make an attempt towards this zone, which will take us to the 36 point. Okay. Now, hold on a sec. I didn't check that yesterday, and I will check it now. KSM. I will look at KSM because someone was asking me to look at that yesterday. Here we go. So KSM now is pulling back to the moving average. All right. And if we're going to understand if it's going to break down lower, it's likely to come down towards these points in the chart. If it does break down lower, price has closed below the 5 and 13 EMA, but I want to wait and see if this 50 is going to hold, which would then imply that we've got a rise, retrace, continuation to the upside. We want to see vector candles appearing in this zone, breaking away from the highs. All right. Right. Okay, then. No worries, my friend. All right, then. Here we go. So, homework. This is what I wanted to do for you guys. Right. So, someone done this homework, which I thought was really good. All right. And I'm going to see, where is it? And this is valid. All right. So have a look at this chart. So I'm going to go through this, the homework guide. I'm just going to go through a couple of the things that people have done. All right. But I'm going to go through this, okay? And I just want to make sure that I've got... Okay, so this is really good, this is. All right? By principle, okay? I really want to just help you guys understand, right? The basis of the power of drawing out levels, all right? And projecting out the story of what to expect in the chart. Okay? I believe there is an equivalent Prem Shetty. I believe there is, but that's why. So you got to remember, guys, the indicators that we put into TradingView are only available based on if the code is available to use. Now, I believe there is the equivalent on TradingView, but I don't know what it's called. I'm going to have to roll that out with Infinex and find out. All right? But put that aside for a second. This is what habit you should be getting yourselves into. All right? You've established a peak formation. Okay? Price rises up level 1. Okay? Now, it looks like level 1 hasn't finished just yet, but you can see that there is a W formation right there. So that would still be a valid level 1. And the only reason it will be a valid level 1 is because price hasn't broken below the previous peak formation. But if you look to the left, you will see it recovered pretty much the vector candle right there. Okay? That's where it recovered it. So that is a valid level 1. Now, you can have a pattern within a level. And you can have patterns within patterns within patterns. Good morning, all. Everyone that's passing through. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Looks like people are still passing through. That's all good. Good morning, Bella. Good morning, Greg. Our task was good. All right. Now, this is the habit that you want to try and get yourself into. Drawing out the vectors, highlighting the levels, and projecting out where you think they are likely to send price. All right. Look at this. Peak formation, continuation to the upside. Green vector candles closing above the 50 EMA. 5 and 13 EMA expanding away from the moving averages. Retrace back to the 50 and pull away to the upside. Indicates favor higher prices. Green vector candle to appear at key price points. First to 115, second 120, and third 125. Now, when was this done? 29th. Okay, then. Let's have a conversation. That was for, what was it for? That was for XRP. Okay then, XRP. Let's go over here. Now he was obviously doing it on a different exchange. 29th, that would take us to here. And they were on, it was on the hourly. Hour formation XRP perpetual. Okay then. Hour formation XRP perpetual. Okay then. Right. I should really go to Bybit. How am I going to do that? How do I search for that? Hold on. Here we go. XRP, USD, Bybit. Here we go. I think that's it. Yep. Perfect. Okay then. So 29th was here on the 1 hour time frame. Let's look back at the chart and let's see how that projection played out. All right. So W formation there or thereabouts right there. Price comes up, spikes, comes down. He made the call. First point in the chart was 120. Hit. 120 got hit. Okay. 125 also nearly got hit. Okay. But look at the journey that it's traveling. You can see you've got yourself a little W formation here. Rise up. Retrace, rise up, retrace. Variation on the theme, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to get it down to a T. All right? You're not going to get it straight away. But you have to understand variation on the theme. Look at the mini W formation in this zone. Level 1, mark it off. Rise level 1, rise level 2. Yeah? Now we're expecting a rise level 3 peak formation. Well done. You've projected it out. Now, it's obviously going to be a variation. Look at the power of what's gone on here. This is the structure that this person had. This is what they understood. Now they're expecting price to move higher. One more spike to the upside, which will recover some previous vector candles all the way up here. So 127, he said 125. Maybe 127 could be the point where they do a peak formation, come back down, do another cyclical move, recover these previous vectors, and then continue back up again. So the individual that did this homework, well done. And I hope people can learn from this. I hope people can learn from this because, look, this is the power of projection, guys. Okay, we're popping. That's what it is. POP is an acronym for power of projection. All right, this is what this is about because you're demonstrating an understanding of what to expect with the market makers' behaviors. You are seeing price dropping lower. Rise level 1, drop. Rise level 2, drop. Can you see the mistake that a lot of traders make is when they draw out the levels that they think price should behave amongst, they want them to stick to those levels. Okay. Now, look, the price spiked up to the 124 mark. This individual has got it set at 125 for the peak formation. But there's a variation on the theme. Look, price came up, spiked up, and came straight back down into the range. Okay? So we are naturally waiting for a rise level 2. Okay? Because they've stayed within the previous zone of the level. All right? So we are still working price moving higher. But just understand, things are variable when it comes to the levels. It's the hardest thing to establish, guys. The levels are bloody difficult, okay? And you can see how they vary in real time. So the person who did that, yes, B-Man as well, adding the pools of liquidity help as well, all right? But the person that did this, congratulations, man. You smashed it. That is really, really good. And I hope people can take something from that. See, look, you see these price points? These are commitments. Commitment. You are saying that you expect price to travel to these points. Okay? You can even draw out your own future liquidity or future vector candles. Do you remember in the Patreon videos, it was on a Sunday that I uploaded it to you guys, where we drew out the future points in the chart where we understood that vector candles were likely to appear. And it was crazy how they appeared. It was unbelievable. Go look back in the Patreon and you will see that video. And where we it was on a Sunday that it was uploaded, and we talked about projecting vector candles, not just where price is going, but vector candles where we anticipate them to come away from the zone, you know? So yes, those blue arrows. Yes, Lars, did you watch it? Did you watch that? That'd be cool if you did. Not Sunday just passed. No, Lars. Yeah, Lars has got the idea. Lars knows. It's in the Patreon. God, I know I post so many fucking videos in the Patreon. But it's in there. It is in there. Okay, then. So well done to that individual, man. Well done. Now, I've got another one for you. Now, this one is very interesting. Okay. Now, this one right here, okay, I think is brilliant. Now, I'm going to ask the individual, after we've gone through it, okay, if this is something that I'm able to share to the patrons, because I think this is what I'm doing with all these bits of homework. I'm collating them all together into a file so it looks like a big story, okay, so that the patrons have themselves a best way to put it, their notebook, you know, a workbook, an activity book, you know, keeping it back at nursery now, guys. All right. But I'm not going to tell you who this individual is. Okay. But what they've done here is fantastic. All right. So go get yourselves a quick coffee. All right. Just a 2-minute break. And I mean 2 minutes. I'm going to put in my timer, Google timer. With the action, I'm going to change that. I'm going to make it 5 minutes because I know an individual may have a little bit of a problem trying to get to making a coffee in time. So 5 minute break and I will be back in a second. All right? 2 minutes. 5 minutes, sorry.
Cause I'm overdue. I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinted. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bible in a dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, yeah, this how we ride.
All right, I'm back, but I won't continue until I know people are back in the game. Okay. Yep. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's okay for her back. That's it. Oh man. Let's have a look at here. Can't log in my desktop patron. Don't send notification email. Anybody saying an issue? Recovering Moonboy. Patron seems to do this. Okay. There's been times when I haven't been able to upload videos to you guys because they just won't allow me to log in or do anything. Or not log in, but it won't even give me access to the website itself. It's something in their back office, man. So it's just, you got to sit tight and wait. But I know they do some mad stuff over there. But it's all good anyway. All right, then. I'm just waiting. Just let me know when you guys are ready. How to train sticking to one's own projection. How to stick to your own projection. How do we explain the current price stall? Okay, let's have a look at the current price stall. Let's look at where Bitcoin is right now. Current price stall is nothing stalling, ladies and gentlemen. It's just now nicely moving. It's just moving slowly. All right, things are just moving slowly. I mean, let's just look at Forex for a second. Let me see what's going on over there. All right, so dollar yen came all the way up there. Okay, and I said I would close at the 250, and I did just that, guys. Closed at the 250. Had my stop set. It come back up, recover this vector candle. But looking on the bigger picture, okay, it's just in this weird zone. All right, it's in a very weird zone. This manipulative move right here has thrown a lot of traders off. Okay, but looking on the chart, there are zones that I'm expecting them to come back to. Okay. So we could see traction towards those zones. Even if dollar yen does something weird, I know I've got zones where I know they are likely to come up to if they do stick to their intention. Looking at gold, on the other hand, what's concerning me is this. Gold isn't moving, but dollar yen is. Okay? It's like they're trying to mark up dollar yen, prepare it for a drop so that when gold decides to make the move, the money that they've got in gold is ready to shift out of the zone and move higher. We've had a recovery of the vector candle right here, yet we've got this zone right here for them to recover. But what's interesting is this. If dollar yen is moving higher but gold is stalling, tells me that they're just marking up dollar yen, preparing it to get money trapped at the highest possible point, release that liquidity, and then allow gold to make the move. That's what I'm trying to establish in light of the fractional disparity between understanding whether investors are scared or not, if they're going to run to gold for a safe haven. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. They are clearly manipulating dollar yen like no tomorrow. Just look at the behavior of price. There's no clear direction. It's stuck in between the 110 zone and the 109,500 point. All right. It's just in a dead zone right now. Looks like they're moving the crosses. So if I just go over to, let me just have a look at, there you go. There's your crosses. They're moving higher. Look at that. That is a beautiful pair to trade. Kiwi Swiss, just nice, clean price action. Beautiful. Look at that peak formation, rise, inverted head and shoulders. You could have gone long on this vector candle right here and just held it for days. Unbelievable. Kiwi dollar, look, moving up. Okay. USD CAD, ranging. USD Swiss, ranging. Euro USD, where is it? Euro CAD, holding. Euro Swiss, moving. Do you see what I mean? So on the chart, it's showing me that it's the miners that are making the moves and the majors ain't doing nothing. Yeah? So that's when you understand fractional disparity between the coins, which is really helpful. Okay, then, cool. Bitcoin monthly is doing very well, guys. Look at that. We started the month off great. What did we say yesterday? That we would naturally expect a retrace down and a continuation back up. We should fill this this wick candle. We should fill it. But what will happen before we do that? Remember, this is the monthly time frame. What will happen before we do that? Okay, where are we at? Are we all good, guys? Are you ready? Wing Commander, that's it. This is what we're trying to establish, all right? In light of the fractional disparity. No worries, Matilda, listen. No worries. Don't worry if you don't have time to do the homework. It's just to keep your mind busy, right? If price isn't doing something, it keeps you occupied and gets you prepared for things, all right? So just don't worry. If you're not able to do the homework, that's fine. If you're making money in the meantime, awesome. All right? But try and understand why you're making the money. That itself is where the wealth and the depth of what we're trying to do here. All right? Understand why you've made money on that trade. All right, then. So here we go. This bit of work right here. All right? You've probably seen something similar. All right? But this is brilliant. This is fantastic. All right. This individual has decided to just collate this information as like a cheat sheet for people. All right. This is his homework. This is what he's done. Okay. And what I like about it is it just puts things into perspective. It makes it nice and clear. And I love it. Okay. And for me, okay, looking at this just tells me that the commitment to understanding this is flawless, because this is exactly what you want to try and achieve. All right. This is an example. Remember, guys, this is a study. Now, people learn differently. Some of you may not need to do this sort of thing. All right. But this thing right here, the individual that has done this, I take my hat off to you, my friend. All right. Because this is exactly the sort of practice that you want to get involved with. All right. Because not only this sort of homework style, but it's perfect for you to refer back to. You could be going out on a day out with your family. You could just quickly pull this up on your phone, or if you've got it printed out, or if you've got it on a little tablet, Kindle, you name it, whatever. All right. If you're in a queue waiting for something, you've been ordered to go and get loads of ice creams, you can quickly pull this out and make reference to it. It's about continuously installing in your mind. All right. And reasserting these things in your mind. For example, price above below 50 EMA, 200 EMA, notable volume at key area. Follow through support, not support, higher time frame confirmation. Double top, double bottom confluence in the EMA's TDI. Continuous information accumulation. That's what it's about. All right. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I'm so proud of the person that's done this. All right. It's just a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful. When you dive into it as well, when you look closer, all right, you can see what he's done here. All right, develop at M pattern, develops at the highs at or above the 50 EMA. Look on different time frames to see the pattern develop. That there is so important. Just that understanding in itself of at or above, and look on different time frames to see the pattern develop. Develop being the operative word. We understand that they develop these moves from on lower time frames, and it's reflected on the higher time frame as intention. Okay. Fantastic bit of work, and I don't think my guy is in here. All right, I hope he is. No, I don't think he is in here. I hope he does watch this. I hope he does, but I'm going to consult with him first. All right, I'm going to make sure that he's cool with us having a look at it. Okay. Right, let me just see something here. So the individual that did this, okay, was trying to establish if he was on the right track. All right. I feel as though this guy has just smashed it. He's broken down every single point in the chart. Look at 1. Pushes out of the zone with the vector candles, usually 3 big pushes. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. 2, vector candles at the highs to trick the retail trader to think price is going higher. Next candle is a red vector retrace. Bang. Okay. At this point right here, you should be having a conversation with yourself, which he already does. Okay. But he says it here. Green vector candle at the high as per number 2. Okay. Tricking the retail trader into going long. What we need to understand is at the red vector candle right here. All right. That when he says red vector candles pushing through the EMAs to trick the retail trader into going short, okay, thinking that number 6 is happening, okay, correct. Literally, there's 2 ways you can see this, all right, because remember, there's 2 types of traders here, all right. There's the trader that's been stopped out on the red vector candle, which you can see right here, all right. Let me zoom in. The trader that's got stopped out on the notable volume right here, because the market maker has tapped the liquidations and the stops for price in this zone right here. Okay. Now, the retail trader that's got stopped out is going to do what? He's going to buy the dip. This is the dip. All right. Market maker brings price down again, and he installs in the mind of the retail trader that buying the dip is something that is valid, and it's going to be a valid move to the upside again. Because look, we are rising in price. The green vector candle right here, which my guy has confirmed, okay, green vector candle at the highest per number 2, tricking the retail trader into going long, lures in the retail trader to commit his buying the dip principle. Price continues higher. The retail trader that got stopped out on this move to the upside now thinks he's got one over the market because now it's going to continue higher. Happy days. Price then goes higher. Stop, hunt, rise, drop. Green vector trade tricking the retail trade to go long, snap it back down, recovering half of the green vector candle. It does recover half the vector candle, completely goes down, but understanding it's a stop hunt rise to get price away from that point because they committed enough liquidity in that zone. This is what we need to try and get into it. Where is it? Where is it? Has he popped in? There you go, G-Unit. I didn't want to say anything, bro, without your consent. There you go, G-Unit. There it is. This is the G-Unit PDF. Great job, man. Fucking brilliant job, man. Well done. I don't want to, some people might not want me to disclose them names on the homework. Some might not like it, but I'm so glad you did this, man, because it just solidifies your understanding. Because all you need to do now, my friend, is just go over this. Keep going over it, make additions, keep adding situations to it. You know, It's fantastic what you've done. Entry after the M formation. So this is really important, guys. Okay. This is after the formation. So he's put down that entry point for a short after M formation, drop, wait for the retrace back to the 50. EMAs have crossed the 50 and expanded. Perfect. Perfect. Now, I ain't kissing your ass here, bro, but I have to acknowledge and give credit to when I see dedication on the concept. All right. Fair play to you, bruv. All right. Now, if you guys haven't done something like this, that's fine. Don't think because you haven't done something like this that you're not going to understand it. Fuck no. All right? This is for your benefit. This is how G-Unit has decided to put this information so it's easier for him. You know, people learn in different ways. Some people just put up a chart and put a couple of notes. That's how they learn. And then when they refer back to it, they know what to extract from that. All right? There are some people that are new to the game, so they probably feel pressured to do this thing to help them understand it and refer back to it. This is fantastic. Honestly, G-Unit, you've done, and the itemizations right here, this is how you project. Red vectors pushing down. You're only going through the same pattern. All right? Look at what's happened here. Now, I don't know when this was, but it looks like it was a little while ago. Okay? Well, let's just go in the chart right now and have a look at, are we in the same situation? Of course we fucking are. Look at it. Vector candles coming to the downside. All right? Where are we? What's he talking? Red vectors pushing down. Vector candles at the lows to trick the retail trader to think price is going lower. Okay, let's have a conversation. Vector candles to the low to make the retail think it's going lower. Let's go back to that. All right? And then what happens? Retrace to the 50 EMA. In this case, it bounces back off the 200 EMA. Now, guys, listen. Whenever you see this 50 EMA price bouncing off the 50 and the 200 in confluence together, that is a very, very powerful resistance for the retail trader. On the assumption that we are building a W formation, because this could also be a continuation to the downside. All right? But in form of the structure of price, if you look, we've already come from an M formation, drop level 1, drop level 2, drop level 3 peak formation. Okay, we've already had that. So when you are considering that, always pay attention to see, look, it happened right here. 50 EMA, 200 EMA. Look at how the vector candle just squashes price. It just slams it to the lows. Okay. Keep an eye out on that. If there is anything that you do, you just keep an eye on the 50 and the 200 EMA. Once their price is at that point, and when you see this spiky behavior around this point in the chart, factor in the time of day that we are in, US Brinks, okay? What candlesticks can you see? Vector candles. Where they come from? Drop to the low, form a base, move up, okay? What are they trying to establish? If they reject this point, 3 pins to the high, you know they're working something. All right? Now, remember this candle. It's easy for me to say 3 pins to the high with this candle, but remember this candle was up here beforehand and then it started to pull back. When price started to drop down lower, it will still be a valid pin to the high because you would have had these 2 pins here. So you got 1 hit, 2, 3, notable volume, drop. Drop down on the time frame and see exactly where that was. Watch. There you go. Look at that. Spike higher. Stopping volume candle right there. Remember, stopping volume candle implies something is going to change because they contain the liquidity right there. And then one last hit, spike up and down, just to hit the liquidations and the limit orders for the guys who want to go long and then pull their orders back down to hit the liquidation points. Drop down on the 5-minute time frame and you'll see it bright as day right there. Green vector candle failure to close above and strongly towards the highs of the vector candle, pull straight back. I can't stress to you the importance of waiting for a vector candle to close and, more importantly, waiting for the confirmation candle straight after. Okay? So, back onto this chart here. So G-Unit just talks about how it develops. And this is the practice that I want to try and get you guys into. It's developing this. Every time you come to the charts, guys, it's about you presenting your point of view. Okay? It's about you presenting your case to a court. I've done it, guys. All right, I have done it. I've stood in front of the fucking mirror and I've wrote out all of my projections back in the day when I was trying to understand price. And I would sit there and I would present and I would say, price has been doing this for X amount of time. It has been doing this. And I would hold a presentation to my fucking self because I was training my mind. I didn't care if I looked stupid. Yes, my family would walk in and say, who the fuck are you talking to? And I'd say, I'm talking to my future self. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to train my mind. This is how I learn. I will sit and do a PowerPoint presentation to my fucking self because I know that once I understand what I'm doing and engaging with myself, I'm learning. At the end of the day, we'll have a conversation when you come to me and you say to me, well, you know, how have you managed to understand that? And in the back of my mind, I know what I've done to achieve that understanding. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to get into. Okay? Of course, you're going to need to see video evidence of this. Of course you are. I knew someone would say that. Yeah. So, G-Unit, I'm going to have a conversation with you, bro. Okay? But we will get this shared into to the Discord on the Patreon. But that's only if G-Unit is cool with that. Okay? If I've got your consent, yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit, G-Unit, if you're cool with it to really to have this put out. If not, that's not a problem. It can just be for the patrons if you want it to be. Okay? But it's up to you, man. It really is up to you if you want to do that sort of thing. So, yeah. The mirror vid would be a great way to reveal yourself on your birthday if that's what you want. You guys are eager for this reveal, aren't you? Don't you want to maintain the element of mystery? You know, who is Tino? Who is this guy? You know, because the second I reveal myself, you guys will be bored as shit, man. You'll be like, fuck this guy. Can you get off the screen, Tino? I want to see the full chart. I promise you, you will. To be honest with you, I like having nothing in front of me other than the charts. You don't want to see my face. I'll say, yeah, what's good, guys? And then I'll disappear. Okay, then. Yep. No worries, man. Okay, cool. So, once again, guys, commemorate G-Unit's fantastic way of understanding this thing. Okay? Need help confirming what validates a rise level. That is what I will talk about right now for you, my friend. Okay? Just looking at... This is brilliant. Wait for the 13 EMA to cross the 50 EMA and for the EMAs to expand before placing the trade. Now, listen, when you are waiting for that situation, okay, of course, we consider the 1 hour time frame, but be mindful. Drop down to the lower time frames to so you can start to see that expansion. Because if you're going to base an entry on this principle right here and wait for the 5 and the 13 EMA to cross over price, you would be going long on this candle. You would have missed the move. All right? So if we're waiting for the 13 EMA to cross the 50 EMA on the 1 hour, you are waiting for the 50 EMA to confirm that price is going to continue higher and it's edging higher. Okay, if you guys remember the clock, you know, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., momentum's favoring higher prices, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., prices favoring lower prices. Okay, momentum's favoring lower prices. All right. Drop onto the 15-minute time frame and pay attention to where the 50 EMA is in relation to the 200 EMA and use the 13 and the 5 EMA on the 15-minute time frame to understand and see the development of price moving, which will then lead you in. So in other words, that entry would be on this candle right here as opposed to waiting for this candle to confirm. Are we understanding that? Yeah? Do we understand that? We just had a real, you know, a real aspect to it. I like what you said, Wing Commander. I really do like that. Detracts from the psychology. That's it. Okay, wonderful. Can you repeat that, please? It was in the zone, bro. I can't get back into that zone. All right, then. Cool. I need to go back and talk about this. I need... G-Units need help confirming what validates a rise level. Okay, so let's get into it. What has Bitcoin been doing? Okay, pulling back. Okay, then. So, 3 pins to the high, pin to the high. Okay. All right, yeah, guys. So, G-Unit, fantastic, bro. Congratulations, my man. Well done, my brother. All right, then. So, what constitutes a level? Well, let's bring it back to school. How are people? Okay. Crypto flow. Listen, I'll tell you what to do. Okay. You're saying theoretically it's also clear. If you are talking about all that, and then I sit here staring at the monitor, dumb as a sheep again, but I think slowly I will get into it. When you're coming to try and understand how this works, talk it out loud. Talk to the screen, bro. Don't sit there in silence. Talk to the screen. Have a conversation with yourself. Talk it out loud. What's price doing? Price is actually coming down to the 50 EMA. Now, if you live in a household, loads of people, they'll probably think, well, this crazy motherfucker, what's he doing? Why is he talking to himself? What's wrong with this guy? Who are you talking to? You know, the amount of times that I've done that and my mother's shouted like, yeah? I'm like, what? No, I'm talking to myself. Oh, I thought you wanted something. No, just chill. Do you understand? Talk the concept out loud. When you see price doing something, come to the chart and say, okay, look, Bitcoin has come towards the retrace of the 50 EMA, the vector candles. Talk it out loud. Take notes. That's how it helps. Yes, Frogs Bollocks. That's what a name, man. Yes, it will be accessible. I'm just going to have a conversation with G-Unit first, just to make sure that it's all good with that. He says it's fine. So I'm just going to release it to you guys, and you can take it from there. Okay, but I just want to have a conversation with G-Unit first. All right? Okay, cool. So, let me just... Right, let me get... No, what was I doing? What have I just done? You donut. All right, cool. Levels. How many of you are still confused about levels? How many of you are confused about levels? I need to know where we are. 1.5, okay. Right. Okay. Resets, yes. Okay. You, Afton James, okay. That's the hardest part for me. Congratulations, Andy, because it is the hardest part. So don't worry. It is the hardest part. Levels are killing me on the 15 and the 1, etc. Yeah, okay. Half of it, never seem to time it. Okay then, cool. Guys, you are only showing... This is the basis of the levels, ladies and gentlemen. They are the hardest thing. Okay? It is the hardest thing to establish. Okay? I still can't get my head around why there's pools of liquidity at higher prices. Why would there be buyers waiting to buy higher prices? Think about it. Because the retail trader doesn't behave the same way as the market maker. Okay? He doesn't behave like the market maker. He buys when it rises. He sells when it drops. Because people have a projection of Bitcoin hitting 50K, 60K, 100K. They set orders and limits. That's why. Okay then. Here we go. I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to let you guys be. So, levels. What constitutes a level? What makes a level valid? Well, we understand as a level, okay, when price comes away from a zone, retraces, consolidates, and then moves away from it. That is what we understand as a level. So at the basic level, a level it involves price coming up, retracing, consolidating, and moving up. Now, that's the basics, okay? Now, we are expecting 3 levels. Now, remember, variation on the theme. It is clear as day that there can be a variation to things. Look at the first post that I did on XRP, that the person that did that projection on XRP. Look at how different that was to their projection. Let me bring it up again, just to put things into perspective. All right? Look how different the drawing of their projection was in comparison, move it here, in comparison to how XRP actually was behaving. So let me just see if I can get it on here. That's 5 minutes, 1 hour. Yeah? This was the W formation. Rise up, retrace, continuation to the upside. All right? Look at the difference. We make the mistake of thinking that if our projection is drawn like this, then that's how we should see it. Wrong. It's a projection. Okay? It's an understanding. It's a point in the chart where we will say to ourselves, I am expecting behavior to follow this direction. Okay? Very important you understand the difference between that. So, how do we understand what a level is? The first thing that we need to consider, and we're going to use XRP as an example of it, is this. First rule, and I'm writing it down. All right? Peak formation. Okay? That's the first thing that we need to establish. Where is the peak formation? The peak formation is right here. Within that peak formation, can we see vector candles? Okay? Vectors, clear intention of wanting higher prices. Okay? Shit, man. That's the first classification of the peak. Now, in order for us to see a zone, okay, or a level rise, we want to see a move higher. So we understand that to be shifting. Shifting out the zone is how we understand it. Okay? And you can see that is bright as day right here. Because if you are watching the pattern correctly, you are talking to yourself saying the vector candles are coming in at the lows. Vectors 1, 2, and 3 pushes to the low. They spike lower. They are pinning the lows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins to the low. They are grabbing the liquidity to the downside. Okay? In some instances, crypto juggler, there is, but we're talking about super extended zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins to the low. They're grabbing retailers' liquidity because the retail trader thinks it's going lower. Stopping volume candle comes into the chart. Perfect. Now you understand that at this point, we are expecting price to retrace at least to the 50 EMA. Price comes back to the 50 EMA. We get the candle shift out of the zone. Mini retrace, continuation up. We've stalled. Now, this move away from the peak of the W formation, the second leg, if some of you have already noticed it, and I know you guys, okay, have seen me do this before. But look what a W formation is. Rise, retrace, continuation. It's the tattoo. It's the pattern. Okay? That's where it is. Do you see that? Okay? Little trick of the trade as such. All right? There's a pattern in there. That's how you solidify shifting out of the zone. Now, in some instances, the peak of the W formation may be higher, which will then grant a much more of a bigger move to the upside. Now, we have had in some instances when a W formation appears, okay, when we get this sort of situation, very deep W, right, that price starts to shift out of the zone, it comes up, retraces still within the peak, and then moves up, okay? Now, if you see this situation, this by principle is not the level rise one, not the level one rise, okay? It's just a small pullback away from shifting the candle, okay? The candle or the zone needs to break above this area clearly, make a move higher, and then when it pulls back from that zone, as long as it consolidates within the second leg of the W formation and stays within this area here, as long as it stays within this zone right here, you have a valid level. So when you're seeing the chart right here, you can see a W formation, rise level 1, retrace. And the retrace can be as deep as it fucking wants. It can go all the way down to this wick down here, and it will still be a valid level rise on the basis that price continues up. Okay? Naturally, the deeper the consolidation, okay, the more chance that it's going to continue higher, retrace, form another pattern, and continue from that point. Just look at what's happened in this area. Prices rose to the upside, it's come all the way back down, and if you look closely, what do you see? You see an inverted head and shoulders. You dive into the time frame itself. What do you see? You see a fucking W formation right there. And the same principle applies. Look. Vector candles to the downside, come back up, vector candle at the 50 EMA, retrace. Vector candles to the upside, up it goes. Patterns within patterns and cycles within cycles. All right? Look at that mini cycle. Rise level 1, drop. Rise level 2, drop. Rise level 3, drop. Like, come on. Look at it. Mini cycle. Mini cycle. Takes out the previous high, comes back down. Another move to the upside. Full level 3 cycle, retrace. Reset. Price goes to the side. W formation, rise up. Yeah? A level, okay, is valid. Now, listen. When you're considering levels for the overview of the whole channel and for the nature of education, base your levels on the 1 hour time frame. Base your entries on the 15-minute time frame. If you want to start diving into the depth of the hybrid system, then you're going to understand that you're going to see cycles within cycles and patterns within patterns. Okay? There is a weekly cycle on the 1 minute time frame, and then it takes an hour. That's how deep it goes. You can see a weekly cycle on a 1 minute time frame in an hour. Yeah? You are seeing development of patterns across the board because they are grabbing liquidity. They are grabbing intention. Remember, guys, people are coming to these charts and pushing on their own agendas. That's why they all fucking lose. Because they're pushing their own prophecies, what they think should happen with price. They only care about their indicators. They only care about what Derek, Dave, Tom, Paul, Steve has said on one fucking article or something. One company said that this should happen, then they come to the charts and they push on that prophecy. They try and make it a reality, okay? That's why you see these spikes up and down, because people are trading. Look at the vector candles in this zone where there is no contraction, where there's no expansion of any moving averages. Why on earth are you seeing so many vector candles in this zone? Because traders are trying to grab the direction. They're trying to say, oh, I want to quickly grab this so that I think that price is going to continue to the upside. Here we go. Market maker steps in and pushes price higher. He induces the retail trader to step in because we've had some rangy behavior and it's dog shit. Retail traders come along and said, yeah, baby. Yeah, man, we've got the TikTok ranges right here. Let's see what we can get from it. I'm going to place a long if it goes higher, place a short if it goes lower. Let's do it. They get their long filled. Bang. Yes, I'm making money, baby. No, you're not. It's come back down. All right. Seems like that's the resistance point. I'm going to go short when it breaks this zone. Yeah, baby. It drops and then it comes back up again. I can't stress to you the importance of understanding it's the psychology behind why someone comes into the chart and puts their fucking money into this game. Okay? It's got nothing to do with what people think about indicators or whatever any heavyweights say. Those are the result. What people say and what people do are two different things. If someone says Bitcoin should be going to the moon, then people will come to the charts and they will push that agenda into the charts. And I'm saying to you guys that the business is built and based on the indecision and the insecurities and the fear and the greed of the retail trader who is not patient to wait for when smart money decides to make its move. This is where smart money makes its move. This is dumb money, stupid money. Okay? Now, if you are proficient in the strategy and you want to exploit these sort of behaviors on the 1 minute time frame, that is down to you understanding the bigger picture and what I've just said. But 95% of the traders that come into this game come to the charts and they push an indicator and they fucking hope that it's going to work out because they want to do this as easily as possible with no effort. And that's why they lose. Because they want to do it, they want an easier way of doing things because they have this idea, I just want to create myself, make myself an additional bit of income, passive income, or just come to the chart, place the trade and just leave it be. Fuck that. Sorry, man. That's not the way the game rolls, man. That's not how it works. You've got to put graft in. Look at my guy G-Unit, How do I know he hasn't stayed up all night doing that? How do I not know he's spent the past 2 weeks doing that shit, man? How do I not know he's been sat in the streams watching them day in and day out to come to get the courage to do that? Because he's solidifying what he understands. And this is something that I get across the board as well, guys. You guys are coming to me and you're sort of being fearful, saying, I don't know if this is right or wrong. Listen, man, you're dealing with uncertainty. It doesn't matter if you're right and it doesn't matter if you're wrong because we never knew what was going to happen in the first place. So whatever you say to me is not going to be a problem, okay? Don't ever think that you could not come to me with an understanding of something and think I'm going to say, oh, fuck that, man, that is wrong. No way. I would never do that. The problem that we've got, ladies and gentlemen, is this system and strategy, okay? We are dealing with uncertainty, okay? It's like me saying to you to walk into a dark room with me, okay? And I start doing sign language and you're trying to work out what I'm trying to say. You have no view. You know that I'm there. You know what I'm trying to do, but you can't see it. It's pitch black. This is the same thing with the charts. This is the pitch black. We have no fucking idea what's going to happen next. Now, we can do this if we want. We can make the assumption that if we get a fantastic tool like this, the ghost feed, all right? And we draw out where we think price is going to go, if we think that this sort of cycle is going to be the same without the anomaly of this, okay? And we can then make the projection up there. We can make an assumption that, yeah, price could actually form this sort of behavior, play around with this ghost feed kind of thing. You know what I'm saying, okay? But we will never know because it's the hard right. It's the hard right. And if you can't accept that you have no control over this fucked up zone, okay, then you're going to be putting pressure on yourself and trying to force entries and hope that they are perfect and that they are solidifying and they're doing everything for you because you are scared to be wrong. Welcome to rejection. This game is all about rejection. You have to be okay with being wrong. You have to be okay with your trade going wrong. We can't just come here and accept only winning trades. Fuck that. We need to accept the losses. There is no shortcut, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you what I envy, and I will say it again. I envy you all. I'm saving you guys, in essence, 5-6 years of your life. Because if you were to come to trading, all right, I can guarantee this is what would happen. Okay. You would come to YouTube, you would go onto Google, you would type in how to trade for a living. Okay. Because that's the problem. People actually want to jump in at the deep end and learn how to trade for a living and compromise their day-to-day expenses and the livelihoods that they currently have. They quickly want to just do it they want to make it a living. All right. What a scary thing. All right. Now listen. The average person comes to the charts or he goes to Google and he searches how to day trade. He looks for books. Everyone comes to me and asks me what book should I buy, which is going to help me understand the market maker behavior. Wrong. The first thing you need to understand is your behavior. Forget anything else. Because if you haven't got the right mindset to operate within this fucked up game we call trading, you ain't going to last 5 minutes. They then go to YouTube and they see a guy talking on a channel talking about maybe an indicator, maybe a service, whatever. He thinks, oh, wow, this has got traction. Loads of people are talking about it. Fuck it, I'll buy it. He makes an investment. He then starts applying this concept and he can see it's making a little bit of money. And then when it's not making any money, he loses interest. He goes on to the next thing. It's called system hopping. It's the hunt for the Holy Grail. Okay? The hunt for the Holy Grail it's literally, in trading, it's like a disease. It's the first thing that people come for. There's thousands of indicators out there. Why? Surely one of them is enough to make some money. Why are there thousands of indicators? It's great news for the market maker because he knows that there's going to be liquidity being pumped on the principles behind each of those indicators. What, you don't think the market maker employs people to make these indicators? You don't think they actually have people that program indicators that imply that this is going to happen, this is going to happen, because people want it fucking easy. And why I envy you guys is because you guys haven't got to sit through the shit I sat through. All right? I'm giving you a shortcut and telling you what you need to know rather than trying to get you guys to find it out. I can guarantee 90% of you would not have come across the PVSRA method because it's just a small thing. Not many people talk about it. Oh, fuck off. There's no such thing as the market maker. What are you talking about? What do you mean there's no such thing as the market maker? How the fuck do you get your price? How do you get your order fills? That's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. You guys, give me your commitment to want to learn this because I learn it as well. I'm coming up with things from you guys that some of you guys, right? I've had conversations with people that have highlighted things to me and I'm like, wow, that was something that I spent so much time on. And now I've worked out how I can apply that because a 5-minute conversation with a gentleman on Discord, a little quick chat, say, hey, Tina, how you doing? I worked something out. Message him back. How you doing? What's it say? He comes back to me, tells me something, and I'm like, fuck. Now, all my years of been doing this and looking at charts, okay, it like comes back to me like muscle memory. And I go back to that point in time and I say, oh my God, he's just told me that this is happening and I just married it up with another thing. Happy days. That's why I'm so big on feedback. Because I really understand feedback and what I can get from it. Feedback is a fair exchange of information. It's what you do with that information that makes the difference. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, okay? No, PC Shed, you ain't got to thank me, my friend. You don't have to thank me. And thank you, PC Shed, for speaking to people. I physically can't speak to everyone as much as I would love to just say, okay, you're next, let's have a conversation. You're next, let's have a conversation. I'm in this and I feel so fucking bad. Now, I don't want the sympathy here. I'm just saying to you, I see everyone's comments. I've got 190 messages in my Discord. I'm trying to go through them. All right? Don't think I'm being ignorant. Fuck's sake. Don't think I'm being ignorant by not responding to you. I just haven't managed the chance to check it out yet. All right? That's why I have these streams and I quickly try and relay off some questions. And some things people say to me, man, they're like, yo, I've been asking this question for so fucking long, Tino. Just please answer this question. I'm like, I feel bad. But, you know, you should be proud of yourselves, guys. You guys are smashing it. You guys are killing it. And I can see everyone's progressions, man. Right? I can see everyone's progressions. Yep. PC is the background guy. And I just want to thank you for your contribution as well, PC. You've been helping out loads of people. All right? And just mad love to you, PC Shed. PC Shed has been in this channel from day one. All right? He was a little bit of a background guy when I had about 500 subscribers. And occasionally would pop in and say, hi, Tino. That was it. Nothing else. You know? Just behind the scenes. And there are people in here now that have been with me from day one that are here from till now as well. All right? And it's great. I love it. And I just look forward to how and where this goes. We're going to come across so many more other people, new people that are coming into the channel. Happy days. You know? There is enough on this channel for people to understand how the game works. Okay? There is enough. It's really, really that. Yes. As I said to you guys, if you want to understand... when Lambo... Let me explain something to you guys. If you really, really want to understand patience, okay, now it might not be for all of you, okay, but I'm going to leave you on this closing thought. Poker. Okay. Poker, poker, poker. Poker taught me so much. If you want to practice patience, just get a poker table, go online, play with the most minimal amount of money, and wait for aces. Get into the practice of patience, because by doing that, you know that when you've got aces, you're going to make a move. So until you get aces, you don't make a move. By practicing that, you are waiting for the vector candle to come out of the zone. You're waiting for a W formation to form. You'll make the move when you see the vectors. Practice waiting for aces, because they are the best hand pre-flop. Waiting for the vector candles to come out of the W formation. You're waiting for the pattern to form. You're waiting to determine if the level is going to be valid or not. Another thing on levels. When you see price coming all the way down to this point in the chart within the peak formation, as long as it stays within the peak formation, it's a valid level. When price breaks up and takes out the previous zone right here, okay, as long as it doesn't go beyond the previous consolidation, it is still a valid move to the upside, as long as it's made a clear move. Now look, this is an anomaly. It moved away so aggressively and it came straight back down. They needed to regulate the zone. So let me just bring up quickly a valid rise level, okay? Here we go, look. And a valid drop level as well. Here we go, look. M formation, drop, level 1. Criteria, price has broken clearly the previous zone, okay? They've dropped it back down. Peak formation, they've brought it back up. Price has stayed within the previous peak of the level. Fantastic. We've got ourselves the pattern. M, V, M, A. So look at it in light of, this is Steve Murray's way. Draw an A, okay, or an inverted V, the best way for it. So do a V like that. Oh, fuck off, Dino. So do this. There's a V there. There's a V there. You're expecting an M. You're expecting now a W at the lows. So price comes down and breaks the previous low on notable volume. Then it's come back into the zone. We are now effectively within a peak formation. Dive into the time frame. You'll probably see another W formation on the 5 minute. Or if you consider the bigger pattern itself, there you go. A level is only validated if it breaks the previous high from the last level formed. So if price comes down, comes up, breaks down, and this candle behavior here continues higher and validates this, it's a reset. Okay? If it comes back to the previous level high or previous level low, okay, it's a reset. Okay, so look. A rise level 1, for example. Let's go over here where we had ourselves the last peak. So here we go, W formation, right? Rise level 1. Rise up. Here's a classic example. Rise level 1 confirmed. It's on 15-minute time frame. Rise level 2. But price came back in. We expected another rise level 3. Price broke out, but it came straight back into the zone. We know this to still be a valid level 2 zone. Why? Because it hasn't broken out the previous high. It just set a new high and came straight back into the zone. So it's still a valid level 2. You're waiting and waiting and waiting. They form another W formation on the 15-minute time frame. 3 hits to the low. They shift out of the zone and they confirm the rise level 3. They hit the rise level 3, spike the high. They start dropping price down. Does that help you guys? Do you understand it? Are we getting the idea? The masterclass that I'm going to be doing this week, guys, okay, that's going to be covering these aspects. We're going to be diving in deeper into the moving averages, deeper into the 50 EMA, the candlesticks. That masterclass, right, is going to be designed to help you go to fucking dissect everything. We're going to go into detail. And if I have to roll it over onto another day, I fucking will. Okay? It's going to give you everything. It's going to be intense, but it's going to be relevant. Okay? Go and have yourselves a wonderful day, guys. I'm going to go and get myself some lunch, okay? Because I've got to go live again at about 2 o'clock, all right? Does it start back at level? When it resets, DeFi, when it resets, my friend, okay, you're looking for another pattern. If a level resets, if price goes up, level 1, and then price drops back down into the consolidation. So if this drop here came down here, if price came down here, okay, you are expecting another pattern and you've effectively got yourself another cyclical move on the 15-minute time frame. Remember, cycles within cycles, patterns within patterns, okay? If I record it and the class prepare, to be honest with you, I can timestamp it all and make it work like that. But yeah, I'll see what I can do about that, B-man. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, then. Yeah, you're going to be hearing from me before that, guys. You know, I ain't going to disappear on my birthday just because it's my birthday. No, you're going to be hearing from me anyway. All right? Once again, G-Unit, top man, well done. And this is what I'm going to be doing, guys. I'm going to be pulling up people's homework. I'm going to be talking about it. I'm not going to be saying who, only if they are cool with that. All right? So this will be uploaded. Don't worry, it will be uploaded to the stream, into the Patreon, so you will have access to it. Okay? And Afghanistan, no problem. Paragalo, that's all good, man. That's all good. Thank you. All right? Go enjoy yourselves. Go get some food, man. Go get some food. Thank you very much, Sack Trades, bro. Thank you so much. It's tomorrow, man. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Include explaining M pivot levels. Yeah, the M pivot level. That's tomorrow. Sorry, that's in the masterclass. Don't worry. I've got all that covered for you guys. Thank you, Sack Trades, man. Thank you. All right. Mad love, guys. And I will be speaking to you shortly. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Peace.